Transporting passengers. Question number 1. Hazardous conditions are identified as any condition that may cause your trip to be unsafe. The clue for us, guys, is unsafe. Usually we are looking for the word safety. Well, this is the opposite. You should look for something which is unsafe, and that's what hazardous conditions would be. Okay, any conditions that considered to be unsafe, making your trip unsafe. Okay, good. Question number 2. When should you check your mirrors for a lane change? When? Regularly, and it should be a part of your check for potential hazard. So that's what and how you should check your mirrors. Again, most of the questions in this endorsement test refer to the safety problem, because transporting passenger is requires you to be mostly aware about safety of the passengers. Question number 3. You are driving 30-foot bus on a highway. On a highway, pay attention to this condition. The road is dry and visibility is good. The distance between you and the vehicle ahead of you should not be less than how many seconds? And the right answer is 4. You might ask why. You remember the general rule, 1 second per each 10 feet of the vehicle length. But remember, you should add 1 extra second when the speed is more than 40 miles per hour. So you are driving on a highway, so you should assume the speed is higher than 40 miles per hour, because usually highway speed is 55. And that's why the right answer here is 4. When you driving a 30-foot bus on a highway in excellent road condition, you should keep the distance between yourself and the vehicle ahead of you as 4 seconds. Question number 4. It is best to wear your seat belt. Well, obvious at all times. And again, you're looking for safety, the word which is a keyword which helps you to locate the right answer. All times for safety. All times you should wear your seat belt. Question number 5. Many buses have curved, convex, or spot mirrors. And these mirrors, and you should be familiar from general knowledge section with the right answer to this question. Those mirrors, curved, convex, or spot mirrors, make things seem smaller and farther away than they really are. Smaller and farther away. You should be aware about this fact. Question number 6. How many folding aisle seats are allowed in a bus that is not carrying farm workers? 0, 0. Non-folding aisle seats are allowed in a bus that is not carrying farm workers. So that's again a safety requirement. Okay, 0, none. Question number 7. You are driving on a slippery road during the day. How much space does the driver's manual say you should keep ahead of you? Be extra cautious answering to this question. You need to choose this answer. Much more space than needed for ideal driving condition. It wouldn't be enough to add 1 second. You should allow much more space. It means more than 1 second you should add to the space needed for good ideal road condition. Alright, so you should look for these 3 words: much more space. Question number 8. You should not let riders stand, your passenger, all right, your rider. You should not, this well, ladies or gentlemen, stand in front of the standee line. There is a special line behind of you in the aisle between the seats, passenger seats, and it's called standee line. It should not be crossed by the any riders well, during the transportation, when the bus actually on the road. Okay, you should not let riders stand in front of the standee line. Question number 9. You work for different state area. You must complete the after trip inspection report that specifies. That's for sure, you must complete this inspection report, and you are asked what this report should specify. And this report should specify any problem that would affect safety. Again, this is a keyword, good word, helping you to find the right answer. Any problem that would affect safety, you should complete and put those problems into your report. All right, after trip inspection report, any problem that would affect safety. Question number 10. You are driving a 40-foot bus at 50 miles per hour. Road is dry, visibility is good. You should keep a safety space in front of your bus that is at least how many seconds? Well, that should be easy. 40-foot bus means 4 seconds, and the speed is 50, so the answer is 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 1 second per each 10 feet of the vehicle length, plus 1 extra second because speed is more than 40 miles per hour. All right. Question number 11. Which of these actions will result in the best control on curves? Sometimes you need to go through curves, right? And how you best control your vehicle on curves. And one general rule which needs to be applied here: slow to safe speed before entering curves. Again, universal approach. You see before, you do it all the time. But here you need to read further. And then accelerate slightly through the curves. It wouldn't be right to coast through the curve. So you need to do it to slow a safe speed before and then accelerate. Slow before and then accelerate. And that's the correct answer. On curve. Slow before and then accelerate. Question number 12. You may sometimes hold small arms ammunition or emergency hospital supplies on a bus. The total weight of all such hazardous materials must not be more than how many pounds? And again, the textbook tells us that it shouldn't be more than 500 pounds on a bus. 500 pounds, all right? No more than 500 pounds. Question number 13. While driving a bus, how far ahead you should look? You should also be familiar with the right answer, 15 seconds. That's from general knowledge. You should know that, and well, it applies to the bus passenger transportation.
At highway speed.
Yep, 15 seconds. Question number 14. Which of these actions will result in the best control on curves? Well, that's a well repeated question. It's the same. The only well, the options are shuffled. So again, look for this combination: slow before and then accelerate slightly through the curves. Slow before, accelerate, then accelerate. Never coast. Never coast. Question number 15. Which of the following type of cargo can be carried on a bus? And you asked about the hazardous type of cargo. All right, hazardous material type of cargo. So which one of the given choices could be carried on the bus? And the only choice which is allowed to be transported on the bus is small arm ammunition. It's also labeled ORM-D, which means other regulated materials, class D. So that's what you are allowed to carry on the bus. And you remember from the previous questions, the amount of such a materials should not exceed 500 pounds, by the way, right? Small arm ammunition. Question number 16. When driving a bus across the railroad tracks, you ask it what you should do or should not do when you're doing, when you're driving through the railroad tracks. And again, remember, it's very important, you should never change gear on a bus with a manual transmission. Well, you better not change gear on, any bus. That's, again, general rule, safety rule, never change gear when you driving, crossing the railroad tracks. Never change gear. Railroad tracks, never change gear. Question number 17. The maximal distance you should stop away from the railroad crossing is 50 feet. 50 feet. You remember 15? 50. No closer than 15 feet, no farther than 50 feet. So you asked about the maximal distance. Question number 18. While driving a bus, you should. Again, general question. You need to choose from given options what you need to do. And the good rule to follow is to scan interior of your bus as well as the road ahead, to the side, and to the rear. Alright? Nothing specific, but again, that's good practice. Safety. You should scan interior of your bus all the time, exactly as you do with your mirrors check. Okay? Scan interior of the bus. Question number 19. Which of the following lists the 3 types of emergency equipment that you must have on your bus? And this list is the same as for the truck, for any other commercial vehicle. You must have fire extinguisher, spare electrical fuses, and reflectors. And again, you're probably familiar with this list from pre-trip inspection class. Okay, 3 items: extinguisher, fuses, reflectors. Okay. Question number 20. If you have riders aboard on a bus, you should never fuel your bus, and the answer is in a closed building. Sometimes you have to fuel your bus when you have passengers aboard, riders aboard. And if you have to do this, never fuel your bus in a closed buildings. Again, safety requirement. Question number 21. Which of these statements about managing space to the sides of your bus is true? How you manage the space, how do you manage space to the sides of your bus? And again, general common sense regulation, you should avoid traveling next to others when possible. If you have, nothing you can do, but if you can, avoid traveling next to others when possible. Keep the distance. Question number 22. When you discharge an unruly rider, you should choose a place that is, again, look for safety. This place should be as safe as possible. It could be police station. Sometimes you might not have police station in the neighborhood, but you still need to discharge unruly rider because of the safety concern about the other passengers. So if you need to do it to discharge unruly rider, choose the space which is as safe as possible. Okay? Question number 23. You are driving at night and you must dim your headlights from high to low. Well, for some reason. How should you adjust your speed? And what you need to do, you need to slow down. Again, common sense, general requirement. When you dim your headlights from high to low, definitely the distance you can see ahead, well, decrease, and you should slow down. It wouldn't be enough to drop 5 miles per hour or 15 miles per hour. It depends on the speed, or on the weather condition. So the right answer would be slow down. Question number 24. If your bus has an emergency exit door, well, actually every bus should have it, but again, it must be what? It must be closed when operating the bus. Again, general common sense. Of course it should be closed when you on a road, when you have passengers on the road, when you drive on a highway, on a road, it should be closed. Question number 25. Buses may have, by the way, recapped or regrooved tires. Well, and they are allowed anywhere except the front wheels. Okay, so look for the front wheels. When you read recapped tires, you should remember that you, well, if you have to, again, if you have no other choice, you may have recapped or regrooved tires, and those tires would be allowed anywhere except the front wheels. Front wheels are not allowed to have those tires. Question number 26. Which of these statements about speed management and braking is true? Speed management and braking, and you should also be well familiar with this matter. 4 times as much stopping distance is required when speed is increased 2 times. You know, if you increase your speed from 20 to 40, you need 4 times as much stopping distance as you need for speed 20 miles per hour. All right, and let me emphasize that we put here 4 for you guys to pay attention and to memorize, but in the real test the 4 would be written, well, in normal lowercase letter. So just remember, 4 times 40 miles per hour required 4 times as much stopping distance as you need for 20 miles per hour. All right. Question 27. Which of the following type of cargo can never be carried on a bus? That's common sense. Definitely you carry passengers, people, human beings, so irritating materials and tear gas, well, not allowed, prohibited to transport, to carry on a bus. Never. No irritating materials, no tear gas. Question 28. Your bus is disabled. The bus, with riders aboard, may be towed or pushed to a safe spot to discharge passengers only if getting off the bus sooner would be unsafe. You guys need to look for this pair, safe, unsafe, because safety is your primary concern. Well, you better discharge passenger if well, the bus need to be towed, but if this is unsafe, if getting off the bus sooner would be unsafe, you are allowed to tow the bus. The bus is allowed to be towed with the passengers on it. Okay, so this pair, safe, unsafe, that's how you locate the right answer. Question number 29. You are driving a 40-foot bus at 30 miles per hour. The road is dry, visibility is good, and you should keep a safety space in front of your bus that is at least how many seconds? That should be easy. 1 second per each 10 feet of the vehicle of the bus length when the speed is less than 40 miles per hour. So 4, that is correct answer. Question number 30. Which of these statements about hazards is true? You should be aware that hazard well, could be anything, and especially in this case you should look for this answer. Movement inside of a parked car could mean that a person is about to step out of it. Not exactly, but you need to be aware about the fact that if there is a movement inside of a parked car, you better be, well, keep a distance from this parked vehicle, because people, well, may be out of it, okay? So movement inside of a parked car is considered a hazard. Question number 31. If there is no traffic light or attendant, stop for a drawbridge about how many feet from the draw, and the answer is 25. 25.
Okay, so it is a mistake. We're gonna come back and correct it, exactly like you're gonna do in your preparation test. Very good.
Question number 32. Which of the statements about seeing ahead is true? And you need to remember that how far ahead you should see. You should look. You should. They try to confuse you. They give you something looking very similar to the right answer, something about 1/8 mile, something about 12 to 15 seconds. Be very careful. Be very careful.
Look at one place.
Yeah,
which is not good.
That's how far you should look ahead. But in this particular option, you are asked that keep the attention. Definitely is wrong. And the right answer here is many drivers do not look far enough ahead. Do not look far enough ahead. That's the correct answer. Unfortunately, this is one of the cause of accidents, because people do not look ahead far enough. Question number 33. When you inspect your bus, make sure that you need to know what the inspection is. And the correct answer here is rider signaling devices are working. You need to make sure when you inspect your bus, together all other items to be checked, you need to make sure the rider signaling devices are working. The other options are close to correct, but not exactly correct, because not every other hand hold, every hold needs to be secured, and definitely emergency exit handle should not be removed. It could be removed only in the case of emergency. So the right answer here, during the inspection, make sure please rider signaling devices are working. Okay. Question number 34. If a rider wants to bring a car battery or a can of gasoline aboard your bus, you should? Well, answer is really obvious. You should not allow rider to do it. It's not allowed. It's irritating material. It's a kind of material which is not allowed to be carried on a bus at all. Okay? You should not allow rider to do it, to bring a car battery on the bus. Question number 35. Normally, how many seats that are not securely fastened to the bus are allowed? Again, just apply your common sense. Zero safety first. Well, in real life it could be a different story, but for the exam, for the purpose of the exam, you should remember no completely securely, not securely fastened seats allowed. Okay, 0. Right answer is 0. Question 36. Which of these most affects the amount of traction your bus has? You remember traction, that's something, well, which exists between tires of the vehicle and the road surface. And as a result of that, well, this logical, assumption, this is the correct answer. The type and condition of the road surface. If the surface is affected, if the road surface is affected by the weather condition, then definitely the traction would be affected either. No size of the tires, no, the drive wheels, have nothing to do with the amount of traction. Traction, that's something which depends mostly on the type and condition of the road surface. That's why you should be extremely cautious when the weather condition changed during the rain, snow. Question 37. When braking, a bus will have the most traction when the wheels are rolling, just short of locking. We just discussed what the traction is. Definitely when the wheels are rolling, they have the better traction than when they are locked or when you apply the emergency brakes. So when the wheels are rolling, they have most traction, and that's why during the emergency situation you need to use controlled braking or step braking in order for your vehicle to move on the straight line to prevent the wheels lock. Okay, so you should look for traction. The wheels should roll, and that's how you keep your traction. Question 38. Shifting gears in a bus is not permitted when? Well, this question also should be easy for you when crossing railroad tracks. You've been asked the same type of question a little bit, in different way, and you remember shifting gears is not allowed when you cross railroad tracks. Question number 39. It is most dangerous to back up, to which side? And try to remember, it's the same for bus, for truck, for tractor trailer. Most dangerous to back up to the right, not to the left, not even to the straight back, but to the right, because that's the side where your vision is mostly obstructed. That's the side where you cannot completely see what is inside of that vision. To the right side, it's most dangerous to back up. Question number 40. When you are driving too fast on a banked curve, your bus will do what? And just again, try to figure out what's gonna happen if you drive too fast on a banked curve. You are at risk to lean toward the outside, not to the inside. Nothing about feeling.
According to physics.
Yeah, just physics. You'll be pulled from the center to the outside. Okay. Question number 41. Standee line on a bus. We already discussed what the standee line is, and this is the line where all riders must stay behind. Just remember, standee line, stay behind, definitely while the bus is moving. Standee line on a bus, that's all riders must stay behind. Question number 42. When you arrive at the bus stop, you should announce. Well, that's kind of difficult questions, because you should announce 4 things. 4 different things should be announced. And those 4 different things, that's something you just need to memorize. Because logic, has a little help here. You just need to memorize. You need to announce location, where you are, reason for stopping, why you stop, next departure time, okay, so for people to know when to get back, and the bus number, because sometimes bus might be changed. So those are 4 things. You better write it down and memorize: location, reason, departure time, and number. Okay, location, reason, departure, number. Location, reason, departure, number. That's what needs to be announced, and you should do it like before arriving to the bus stop. Question number 43. You must sign the inspection report made by the previous driver only when. Again, just try to think. You must sign the inspection report, and when you feel secured to sign the report. When defects reported have been certified as repaired or not needing repair. That's the only choice given. You feel comfortable to sign, I believe, right? When you see that all defects reported have been certified as repaired or not needing to be repaired. Question number 44. A bus might carry bagage and freight only if it is secured, good word, secured, safe. So if it is secured and out of the way of any exit. That's the only way. Again, logical, common sense. That's how the bagage, any freight, could be transported. Question number 45. If a bus leans on a curve, you're driving too fast. The question opposite to the one we had like 4 or 5 questions before. If it leans on a curve, that means you drive too fast. That means you're at risk to roll over. Question number 46. Carry on bagage. Can never be left on a doorway or in aisle. You see, that's not that easy, and sometimes you need to read all of the given choices and think them over each one by one to figure out what exactly you are asked for, especially when you are not quite familiar with the rules and regulations, but still you'll be able to figure out. Let's try. Always needs to be stored in the overhead compartment. No, again, logically, you could carry it in other places than overhead compartment. Should always be inspected by the driver. No, driver, usually does not do it, right? So can never be left on a doorway, because in this case it will block the exit in case of emergency, and that's how you answer this question. So this carry on bagage, luggage can never be left on a doorway or in aisle. Okay, doorway. Question number 47. You should remind riders to take their belongings with them if they get off the bus. It's best to tell them, definitely before. That should be easy. That's again general rule of the keywords. Always do everything before, and go with this rule, and you'll be okay before coming to a complete stop. In this particular case, before coming to a complete stop, remind riders to take their belongings with them. Before. Question number 48. Buses may carry 500 pounds total of allowed hazardous materials and no more than how many pounds of any one class. In plain English, that means that you might carry, if you carry more than one class, So combination of hazardous materials. So in this case, total weight should not exceed 500 pounds, and any one class weight should not exceed 100 pounds. That's the rule. That's how it's written in the textbook, and that's how we should answer this question. All right, 100 pounds of any one class. Question number 49. To stop for the railroad tracks, you should stop while within how many feet before the nearest truck, and it shouldn't be a problem for us. 15 to 50, the same as always. We answer to this railroad question, 15 to 50. Question number 50. Which of the following type of cargo can never be carried on a bus? Well, that's type of a question, exactly the type of the question we already have been asked. And again, it's irritating materials or tear gas. The right answer, the correct choice. That's type of the cargo which can never be carried on a bus. Question number 51. Which of these statements about seeing ahead is true? Again, be very careful. Read all of the choices, because again, you are given some choices which might look, well, like correct, 12 to 15 seconds. But read it. Keep the attention on one place. No, that's wrong. 12 to 15 seconds, that's how far you should look. But not keep the your attention on one place. And in this particular question, the right answer is A. You should, as a good driver, you should keep your attention back and forth, rear and far. All right? Check your mirrors, check inside of your bus, check outside of the vehicle of the bus, and that's what the good drivers do. Back and forth, rear and far. And now we have 51 questions completed. One mistake, that's exactly where I say Let's try to repeat these questions and see what we did wrong, what I did wrong. Question with the wrong answer. Click on it and read it again. If there is no traffic light or attendant, stop for a drawbridge. About how many feet from the draw? Well, the rule is about the drawbridge is absolutely the same as the rule about the railroad crossing tracks. 50. That's where you have to stop your bus. 50, not 25, not 100. Okay, 50 feet approximately. Okay, and now we answer it correctly. So if you need to repeat the questions, you click on main menu and you go to Transporting Passengers and repeat it again and again. And well, good luck. Thank you for watching us, and good luck again on your examinations.